an ultimate equipment guide, including iconic forging, that's kind of simplified and easy to follow and covers more experienced players as well. Well, that's what we're gonna try today in under 10 minutes. Now, before we get into that, let me show off something else. So on our Discord channel, we updated every single talent tree for every single commander. Well, for some of them we have a few as well. Well, for Richard there's only one, because you kind of don't use Richard for too many things. But then when it comes to Charles, for example, we do have 3 trees. So you can use the Charles tree that's suitable for open field, the one that's for city garrison, the one that's for flag garrison, and that's the trend that continues for all other categories as well. Say for example Jadwiga has 2, but then Nevsky just had 1. Now in some cases when I have the commander maxed and I'm using, then obviously I know a lot about it and I went by my own understanding and testing, such as in case of Amanitore. I use Amanitore extensively, so I'm extremely happy with the talent tree that I have. But then when it comes to say Jadwiga, I don't have her, so I relied on people who does. People with very high level of kills, so you can kind of rely on them. And when it comes to epics, we completely put them in a separate category, so that if you're a new starter in the game, you can kind of go by those trees. Same kind of goes for the gathering and mobility commanders. I didn't do for every single one of them, because you kind of don't need to. You can copy the same talent tree for all of them. Now let's look into equipment. So for each troop type, we have broken it down into simple 3 steps. So step 1, that's what you get. Step 2 is the next one. Now how long do you have from one step to the other? Well, it depends kind of how much you grind and how much you spend, but then this is the order you should kind of try to follow. Now between step 1 and step 2 for infantry, I only changed 1 item. Does that mean step 2 is that simple, or does it mean I don't like infantry? Well, it actually means for infantry you should work towards step 3 much faster. So I'm kind of trying to say you shouldn't waste on epics or purples when it comes to infantry. Just 1 item there, and then you kind of start working on the legendary. And legendary for infantry is easier to access. Obviously it'll take a bit of time for you to gather the material, but then up until then you live with the blues rather than spending the equipment on, material on the purples. But then at the same time, even if you did get more purples, it's not the end of the world, because when you dismantle purple you get all back. Now let's move on. The second thing you need to do is archers, right? So when you start playing, by the way, what I'm recommending is you make 1 set for each type of troop that you have. So if you're taking out 3 infantry marchers, then you work on 3 infantry sets, and if you have 1 archer, 1 cavalry, then 1 of them the base first. So after you get 5, then you move on to the next step. Now with archers, after the first step, on the second step I'm actually saying go for the full purple set, unlike the infantry, and then you work towards the gold. Now in terms of the gold, I'm actually saying use the set rather than the items that you get from Heroic Anthem shop, just because the set I think has good bonuses and it's easier to refine when you're trying to be a rally leader. Now moving on with cavalry, first step you saw the picture, second step there's a bit of a purple that kind of comes in, but then with the cav, when you look at the ultimate set or step 3, you kind of see that I am adding the Heroic Anthem item. So it kind of varies based on which troop type, and the recommendation will vary based on who you are talking to, but these are my recommendations and this is how I like it, and you have a copy of that on our Discord. So even more reason to join our Discord, which is linked below. Now let's look at the accessories. So when it comes to accessories, how I kind of broke it down is you should have 14 accessories that you aim towards, right? I mean you may not be able to do 14 straight away. I don't even have 14, but 14 is the highest, and these are the order that you go through. I'm not gonna take you through the whole thing, that's where the Discord kind of comes in, but generally speaking, horn is the best, followed by the ring, and then 1 dagger and 1 web kind of comes in. A book is good as well, a Karuak is good as well, but you kind of need to, you can have a coin, but you kind of need to have more rings and horns. That's how you get powerful. You want more details? That's on Discord. As you can see on the picture, I listed all 14 in which order you should be doing it. Again, there's many opinions about it, but this is what I found useful, and the people with much higher kills than I that I talked to kind of found this useful as well, so I'm sticking with this, because whatever gives me results is what I like, regardless of what it says theoretically on the text. So as you see, I'm not even reading out any of the text. Now I do have every single one of those equipment and I tested them out, so it's not like I'm kind of making it up as I go based on the text. Now in terms of iconic equipment, that's the new thing right now. As you can see, we have a tab for that as well, or a channel for that, as well as one of our mods have created, Echidna, thank you to him. Now it kind of breaks down everything that you need to know about iconic equipment, but then what I will add there is you should just go for the accessories, nothing else, unless you're trying to become a rally or garrison leader. And if you are trying to become a rally or garrison leader, then what you should do is after the first two accessories that you make iconic, then you work on the rest of the set, because that's your main march that you're gonna use for rally or garrison. So if you're a rally or garrison leader, obviously you need to work on one set of equipment first, and then if you rally with other things, then the second set. But generally speaking, for 99% of the player base, you're better off just focusing on accessory, because that gives you health, and the rest of the details on that channel. So join our Discord link below and you will have all this information handy for you whenever you need that. I'm just kind of showing off all the other things that I have on the channel. Now one quick shout out to our affiliate. Now I'm saying affiliate, I should probably say friend, but I just wanted to sound professional, that's why I'm saying affiliate. Now Nevis over here did our logo. If you like our logo, if you want to see fancy logos for your RoK profile, you kind of can reach out to him. The link is on Discord again. And then if you're looking for a jumper group, which is a question I get all the time, there's a recruitment tab there as well, or recruitment channel, and you can go and find a suitable jumper group for you. So anything that you need RoK related, I can try to answer some of them in live streams, but other things you can come and hang out in RoK chat with Ladus Gaming, and there's a lot of people that can answer your questions, and I'm kind of there all the time as well, because I got nothing better to do, so I will answer some of those questions as well. Now for a little bit we are going to go in game, and I'm going to show you something on my account. Now I did a video yesterday where I showed I did 2 of those accessories, made them iconic, and as you can see, as I was saying earlier, because I do rally and garrison, for me it makes more sense to make iconic other items and not just those 2 and move on to other accessories. I need a full iconic set for rally and garrison, right? Now when it comes to the archer set, again, as I'm doing as I say, so I did not go for the heroic anthem items yet. I kind of don't think that's a good idea, because those things I can never ever refine and get a crit, but I have a more of a realistic chance of getting some crits on these items, because you do get these blueprints more often, and I'm talking to rally leaders at the moment, I guess, or garrison leaders. But then if you're an average player who doesn't rally or garrison, or a new starter, you don't need to worry about it. You just put your iconic stuff on your accessories. Now I shouldn't really say new players and iconic, because those things kind of doesn't go well, because you can only make iconic your gold stuff, not your purple stuff and all of that. Now speaking of your purple stuff, I need to go into my Saladin. Now where is my Saladin? Well, there he is. So one of the things I didn't talk about is purple accessories. So there's only 2 purple accessories that even remotely make sense, and one of them is Silent Trial and the other one is Delane's Amulet. Now which one is better? So many opinions on this, but the easy thing is just make 5 of the Delane's and 5 of the Silent Trials. Now if you had to choose between the 2, I'm probably gonna say I like the Silent Trial a little bit better, but then having 1 of each on your 5 marches early game makes more sense. Now what about the other purple ones, such as Windscarf or Stratagems or whatever else is there? None of them are good. Now that's the shortest summary of crafting, forging, iconifying and everything that I can do. Hope you guys like this video. Definitely drop a like and subscribe so that you never miss out on any of these short entertaining guides that tells you how to get more kills in Rise of Kingdoms.